Hello out there, and welcome back to the boutique. Have you ever felt like your fragrance has worn off in about an hour or so? If so, you're in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to share with you what I do to keep myself smelling fresh, clean, and sweet all day. So I'm going to have 2 shower routines, and then I'm going to give you 2 ways to wear your fragrances to make sure you get longevity out of it. So first up, we're going to start with my everything. I call it my everything shower routine, and I'll tell you why I call it that as I go along. Okay, so here we're going to start out with EOS Strawberry, and this is the body wash. Here we have the body lotion. We're going with the strawberry cheesecake body oil, EOS strawberry, and the body mist. To top it off, we're gonna go with Foray Fruitis, and this is a strawberry perfume from Le Gourmand. So this is what I mean when I say my everything routine, because all of these carries the same scent notes. So that's why it's my everything routine. Everything, I'm keeping it everything strawberry. So if you have something in your collection and that's what you want to smell like that day, do you an everything shower routine and see if that helps you get some longevity out of your fragrance. You always are gonna want to start with a really good base, right? Okay, and that would be your whatever you shower with, and that's gonna be your base. So make sure that whatever you want to smell like on that day, your base has either similar notes or it is the exact same thing that you're going to spray on. Moving right along, here we're gonna have a complimentary shower routine. So I'm starting out with the cocoa cashmere. I am so sorry, coconut cashmere body wash. And this is not the order that I do this in. I'm so sorry. Here we have the Jelly Bear sugar scrub. So if just say for instance I'm going to scrub for that day, I'm probably gonna put these 2 together. For my fragrance of that day, I'm going with this. This is why I call it complimentary, because even though these 2 are different, they're in that same fruity category, okay? So they complement each other well. It plays together well. Here with my body wash, in this, you have coconut here and you have coconut here, which is going to help pull out that coconut. And that is why I call this one the complimentary shower routine. And I hope this all makes sense to you girlies. Okay, now we're gonna move on to fragrances, because I think you kind of got the gist of it. Okay, here, say for instance I'm doing these. This will be complimentary because this body wash, and this, by the way, is Bodycology's Cabana Days, and it has notes of pineapple, coconut, and banana. Here we have Bath and Body Works Costa Rica Pink Pineapple, complimentary, and it's going to pull out what? The pineapple note, right? So they play well together. Here's another complimentary, watermelon. Different notes, but it plays well together. Now here's where the testing part comes in at. If they have different notes, you may want to use a test strip. What I like to do is spray it here on my hand, on the back of my hand. That way, if I don't like it, I can go in there and I can wash it off and I can start over. So here's where the testing part comes in with the complimentary scents. And like I said, if they don't play well together, I would say give it at least maybe 10, a good 15 minutes to dry down, and then, sniff your tester strip or sniff the back of your hand, and then see how you like it. If you don't enjoy it, you can get rid of it, like I said, and you can start over. So this will be another version of complementary. That way you don't have to limit yourself to trying to pair up the exact scent notes, okay? Now I have another one where we would call this, even though they are different products, I would call this my everything. This has notes of white jasmine. This has notes of star jasmine. So jasmine to jasmine. And the two fragrances play very well together. So that's it as far as what I wanted to do as far as my breakdown and helping you get longevity out of your fragrances. Now I'm going to give you some tips on where people make common mistakes as far as getting longevity out of their fragrances. First off, do not apply your fragrance on dry skin. And what I mean by dry skin is make sure you have a lotion or an oil. You can do either or. I know a lot of us like to do both. In a lot of occasions, I like to do both. But if I'm in a pinch for time and all I have to do is one or the other, I am definitely going to do one or the other, right? So that's what I mean by dry skin. Don't put it on, don't put your fragrance on without something coating your skin first, because that's how your fragrance, that's what your fragrance has to hold on to, is that moisture that you applied to the skin. Another common mistake is not layering. Okay, I know everybody doesn't like to layer, but you can layer in different ways. You don't always have to layer fragrances. It could be, we'll just use this for example, it could be lotion to body mist, right? And then, like I said, making sure you have a good foundation of a base. You don't have to just over layer. Now, I'm one of those girlies. I can do the over layering, but I love to do that. That's me. Everybody doesn't, love to do that. So you don't have to do that to still get longevity, right? But just make sure you're, like I said, complimenting or in all everything. Right? Okay, so another one I think people make is just spraying once. Another mistake people make is spraying once. Like, I'm not going to hit myself once with this and then once with this. These are going on skin, and then these are going on clothes. And if I'm have a sweater or a coat because it's cold outside or whatever, it's going on that too. It's going on that. That's just me. Okay, and these are just my tips. You don't have to take them, but I do want to share them with you, especially if you're struggling with getting longevity out of your scent. Here's another one like this. These are affordable. These are no less than $5, right? So with that being said, you expect for this to fade out pretty quickly, right? But pairing them together, layering, I get more out of these. And that's why I layer. I love to smell good, number one. And number two, I want it to last. And so that is the reason why I layer. Okay? So I hope y'all found this really quick video helpful to you in some way. If you could drop down in my comments, tell me some of the things that you do. Oh, before I get out of here, here's another one that I'm not well versed on, but I've heard about it, and that is dusting powder. I've been meaning to check that out, but I just didn't want to pick up a new habit right now, because fragrances is, that's what I love. I spend a lot of money on fragrances, and so I didn't want to pick up a new habit. But I have been watching here, just like I'm a creator. I do watch other creators. So I have been watching the girlies in the dusting powder. If that's something that you're interested in, do that as well. I'm not so much into the dusting powder, but I will tell you this. when it is warm outside, and since I'm a plus size girly, I will get something like a shower to shower, and I'll go under my arms, and whatever shorts or pants or whatever that I'm wearing, I will put it in the seat part and down kind of where the leg part is in the inside, because I tend to sweat in those areas, right? And I also go under the breast area, like I lift up and then I go under there, and I do that to help absorb some of the moisture if I feel like I'm going to sweat on that day. I do that. But the dusting powder thing, not so much into it just yet, but I am watching and I am very, very curious about it. And if you're a dusting powder girly, put that in my comments. Tell me how you do that. Tell me how you make yours. I know they use powder. Some girlies use like fragrances and they mix it together and all of that good stuff. Like I said, I'm not well versed in that, but I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. So you can drop down in my comments. You can leave me that. You can, like I said, you can also give me some of your tips. And if I like those, I may just try those out. And and when I try it out, I'll shout you out in the video. Okay? So if you have not become part of my sweet squad, please hit that subscribe button. Hit me a thumbs up, and like I said, get down in the comments, talk to me. I definitely talk back. And until the next time we meet up, you guys stay sweet.